Hi there everyone, it's Tom here. Back Sunday morning, back from the car boot sale, enjoying a nice cup of tea. And I went to an indoor car boot sale this morning. Some of the outdoor ones near me have started up again, but it was a bit sort of iffy, the weather, so I decided to go to the indoor one, which finishes up sort of the end of this month, and then it's back to the outdoor ones and the sort of ups and downs of the British weather. So yeah, I picked up quite a few computer games and stuff like that, and then I also picked up some jewellery off somebody I know. He's got like a little antique shop, but he's sort of finishing up and selling off his remaining stock at car boot sales and things like that. So I picked these up. I'll show you these first. First thing I got was this. It's a 9-carat ladies, I think they call it a Figaro curb chain, all hallmarked. Weighs 6 grams. And then the next thing I got was this. Now this is a bit of a conundrum. It's a little bracelet with these things on. Now they're either fish, or if you turn it the other way, they look like little money bags. There's no detail on them. And he's fairly legit, and he does test stuff. And he was very sure that it was 9-carat. Now the hallmark's not going to come out, but it's just there, and it's the smallest hallmark ever, and it looks like a shield, almost like an elaborate shield, almost like the Portuguese shield. And to be honest, its colouring is a bit darker, so I think it might be 10-carat. I've got to test it anyway. So I bought it on the off chance that it was higher carat, but this weighs 4 grams, this weighs 6 grams, and I paid him 90 quid for the two. He knows his stuff, he knows what scrap's going for. So, although it's not scrap, I got a bit of a deal on it. I paid just around about the scrap, 9-carat scrap spot price. So yeah, I was pleased with that. That I'll probably get about 120, something like that, about double its scrap. That needs a bit more research. So he hadn't got much there. He got some silver stuff, but it was a bit overpriced, to be honest. Some of the other jewellery I picked this up for a stall. It's very oxidised. It's like a plaited, flat herringbone chain, marked easily 925, and that was £1. I'll get between 5 and 10 for that. Then there was this little ring here. It's battered on one side. It's like, looks like it's been scraped on some tarmac or something, whether it's been on the floor and it's been run over, or I don't know, because it's only on one side, and it's got a very vague Egyptian hallmark on the inside, so it is silver. So that was £1 as well. Then I paid £1 for this. Now it could be a sleeper, I'm not sure. It's a tiny little, it's not going to come out. No, I haven't got a loop. Little religious pendant. One side it's got Jesus on, and the other side it's got, I can't make out, some cherubs and stuff. And on the loop it says FIX, so fixed, and then the other side's got a tiny little mark, like kind of, but it's so tiny. It could be brass, or it could be got like rolled gold. If it is real gold, it's a higher carat because it's quite orange. So there you go. And then the annoying story of the day is, as I walked it, oh god, this pissed me off. To be honest, I'm still annoyed by it, and I don't know why. But when I walked in the car boot, there was a seller that I bought stuff off before, DVDs, CDs, and basically her husband is somewhat of a hoarder, and she's slowly clearing out the garage and stuff. You know, I mean, he was there helping out and stuff. And she has coins every now and then. She had a whole table of coins, which I instantly went to, and there was a woman there who was in her 50s going to town with these coins. And normally when you see people looking at coins, they'll be looking for dates and stuff, but this woman was flipping stuff over and looking at both sides. And that, to me, that instantly was, this person's looking for silver. So I saw her flipping some stuff over, and then she put it in her hand, like her other hand. And she did this a few times. So I went over instantly, and I could see she was picking out the flipping silver coins. So I muscled my way in there, and there was a pile of shillings like this. And she was going for it. And I just thought, look, I'm just going to go for it, because otherwise I'm not going to be... I mean, I'm going to be courteous to an extent, you know, not like pushing her out the way or anything. But I just grabbed a whole load of them, and I managed to get 7 shillings. And I couldn't quite see what she got, but mostly on the table there was sixpences, and there was some half crowns as well. And she bartered with them and said, "Oh, I've got 36," and the woman was doing 2 for £1 or 60p each. And she bartered with them and got these 36 coins for 15 quid. And you know they were all silver, but there was a little vindictive part inside of me that wanted to somehow sabotage her deal. Now, it was really petty, and I'm annoyed with myself for thinking that, because at that moment I almost wanted to say, you do realise she's picked out all the silver coins, and or something like that to sabotage it. But then ultimately I'm just shooting myself in the foot, because then it permeates this idea that everything's worth money, lots of money, which I come across far too often. So I bit my tongue and thought, for the greater good, it's best not to say anything. I think it was mainly because the woman's attitude was very shitty towards me. Not the seller, the person buying. Anyway, so I let her go, and later on I saw her being quite rude to another seller, and I just thought, you know, what goes around comes around. Ultimately, I've done the right thing. Anyway, I got 7, and she said, "Oh, that's £3." So I got 7 silver shillings, all 50% silver, mostly George V, 1923, 20, and then there's 41, 32. So for £3, it's not too bad. Scrap's gone down quite a bit, so I'll just check my own collection. But I mean, it's a rarity to find something like that. So there you go. So there's my phone. So yeah, that was my grumble of the day, and that kind of put me in a bit of a bad mood when I was walking around. Anyway, to cheer myself up, there was a guy there who'd he got this huge box of Lego. I mean, I could barely pick it up. It was in a tub, probably about 2 foot by 3 foot, big tub, huge. And he wanted 80 quid for it, but it was all just plain blocks, just your typical blocks. There's no minifigures, no unusual bits. He'd gone through it all basically, but then on the side he'd got some bags, like little bags with grab bags with bits in, and they were £2.50 each. And then I bought a little minifigure for 50p. Which I don't know where I put it. It's probably in my bag still. It's just a plain minifigure, and I've got some other minifigures which I'm going to add to it. But in here there is a lot of these fences, and then there is a lot of windows as well. These windows, and there's some doors and stuff. So for that price, I'll put it as a lot on eBay of like house building stuff, and it should sell for, I'm hoping, about £8, something like that. Knocking around that. Anyway, and then I wandered around, and this is in no particular order, but there's one more funny story. But there was a guy he's the guy from before who had a PS1, and he had a Metal Gear Solid big box version, and he would not sell the game on its own. So I got fair enough, you know, he would only sell it with the thing, but he wanted too much. So then I walked round and came back, and he'd sold the game on its own. This was another time, but this time I went there, and he got a Wii balance board, and he got like Wii Fit and Wii Fit Plus or whatever it is. Then he got this game, Wii Sports Resort, and this sells pretty well. It sells for about 8-10 quid, something like that. And then he'd also got this, and you're not going to believe it. I've got another bloody I'm a Celebrity game, so that's like, I'm just getting just so many of them. I mean, these are the sealed ones with the loose discs, but this one's used, it's open, and he got this pack, DVD interactive games, £3. So I said, oh, could you do 5, because he wanted £3 on this, we'd do £5. So I got them for a £5. And then there's also Lara Croft Tomb Raider DVD game, Richard Hammer's Top Gear, and a sealed Big Brother DVD game. I thought the sealed one might be good, but it's the first series of Big Brother, so no one's really asked about that anymore. So the others I'll probably take back together and sell at the car boot myself, or something like that. Or maybe put it as a bundle on eBay, but I'm not sure whether it's worth it. But yeah, for £5, that was a pretty good deal. And I picked up a board game. I've had one of these before. Bizarrely enough, with I'm sure the other one had an orange sticker on it as well, so maybe that was from like Argos or something. I paid did I pay £1.50? I can't remember if I paid £1.50 or £2 for this. But it's new and sealed. The box is a bit crushed. It's probably good enough for Amazon, I would say. But it's the Twilight Saga board game. So, and this sells for, I think it's like 10 to 15 on Amazon, something like that, new and sealed. So that was pretty cool. And then this is cool. I picked up this. This is a PlayVision plug and play Intellivision game. These plug and play games do well. Because it's new in box, I might actually have a look to see if I can send it into Amazon. Sell it as used. It's not new in box, sorry. Because it's in box, I might be able to send it to Amazon. If not, it's eBay. I paid £2 for this. eBay it goes for about £10. Amazon it goes for around 15 to 20. So that's cool. Then I picked up this Bill Bailey Daffodil Mind. This is a great DVD. He is quite funny. New and sealed. You see, it was £1, and I thought this would do better, but actually, I was going to put this in Amazon, but actually, it's only like £5 or something on Amazon, £4 or £5. So it's not really. You know, I'll make like £1.50 after all the fees. So I'll probably put this on eBay. I think new and sealed. Either that, or it's a good gift. So, the next one is a story about Nigel. Now, poor Nigel, I feel a bit bad because I got him in trouble. There was this stall where the woman was selling like craft items, but then sort of to one side and underneath there was like 3 or 4 big totes full of just crap. And it was like magazines that were all wavy pages, and it had blatantly either been in the garage or been in the loft, and it had been there for a long time. So I love looking through them. You know, you've got to take some hand sanitizer or wash your hands afterwards because it's a bit grim. Anyway, I was looking through and I spotted the side of one of these. And I know that's probably going to be backwards for you guys, but it's now 24. And I thought, ooh, that's good. So anyway, I carried on digging, and I saw some VHS tapes. Now, I've done alright with VHS tapes before in the past, and agreeably some of these aren't amazingly good, but I've already got a lot of Men Behaving Badly VHS tapes, and they've done alright, so I'm going to bundle that with that. And then there was a early Harry Enfield as well, that sells well. And then there was this one as well. That seemed to sell well. And but the main thing that drew me to them was this one. Now you can see on the back how grim looking this is. I mean, I'm gonna have to wash my hands after this. But now I've got to check this out more closely, because the more and more I look at it, the more and more I'm dubious about it. It is signed, but then there's like a printed signature underneath, and the top's knackered as well, and it's just very grim. Anyway, I was interested in them, and as I was pulling stuff out, these 3 tapes fell out, and if there's young viewers watching, I'd put your fingers in your ears, because these tapes were basically VHS X-rated porn tapes, and the one that landed on top was called Plugging All Holes or some title like that. Anyway, there was this bloke, husband and wife there, and the bloke instantly noticed what was going on, and he just bloomed with this red thing and like red face, and then I heard the woman go, "Nigel!" really like that, and I was like, oh god. And she went, "Nigel, I thought you said you got rid of those." And basically I discovered his stash of VHS porn tapes at the bottom of this box, and he'd obviously forgotten they were there. Anyway, he quickly scurried them up and put them away, and then they proceeded to have this domestic about. It was obviously a long-standing thing from years ago that I'd reopened this argument. Anyway, so while they were arguing, I carried on looking at the other tapes, and there's this one here which is called Bumper Issue: The Rhythm King Compilation, and it's some music video type thing as far as I can guess. This sells for about 10 quid, so I was like, ooh, that's cool. So, and then also in there I saw some PS1 games. I couldn't see any others, these were just 2 Rogue ones in with CDs. And to be honest with you, they're not worth anything, and the CDs are all in there and everything, and aren't bad actually, but for the cases alone, I thought, well, you know, and I'd already asked her how much the VHS tapes were, and she was like, oh, 50p, 20p, something like that. So I put those in a stack, and then I put this one here. It's called The Ultimate Summer Party Animal, and the cassette tapes, they're in there, but this is grim and needs cleaned, got a big crack in it. But surprisingly enough, it sells pretty well. It sells for about £6. But the main thing I got was these. So we've got Now 18, Now 40, Now 1993, Now 22, Now 42, and Now 24. Real random selection. So I put all those together, and they were still arguing. So I just said, oh, I'm really sorry to bother you, but how much for this lot? She went, and she abruptly went, oh, just give me £2 for it. So I gave her the £2 gingerly and kind of backed away. And when that came round later on, about 10 minutes later, they were still arguing. So I did feel a bit bad for Nigel, to be fair. So, yeah, hopefully it didn't get him in too much trouble. But the Now cassettes, that's great bundle. Perfect bundle of Now. I could piece them out individually, but because they are a bit grotty, I'm thinking a bundle on eBay. Anyway, so that was the fate of Nigel. And I've got 2 more lots to show you. This next lot was a woman who I bought loads of Wii's off before, and I've kind of built a rapport with her. It's one of those things, ask her no questions, get no answers kind of thing. She's very much sold as seen, no warranties applied or anything like that. So you've got to be a bit careful, but it's cheap enough that it doesn't really matter. And I picked up this lot from her. She as I walked over, she goes, "Oh, I've got another Wii for you." And so I said, "Oh, yeah, I'll have that off you." And because she tends to sell me them with the cables for like £20–25. Anyway, this one I'll show you in a bit. Doesn't have the cables or anything, but that doesn't matter because essentially I told her that I fix them up and sort of make them into bundles and sell them. So, which essentially I kind of do that, but she thinks I'm some kind of tweaker, tinkerer, so that's fine by me anyway. But what I noticed she got were these beauties. Now, I've taken the price sticker off them, but they were marked up at £7 each, but the downside of them is they are missing the battery covers. So the first one is a Game Boy Pocket, clear, you can see all the electrics there, and as I said, missing the cover. I think it's people had rechargeable battery packs and then the covers just disappeared. And then there's this one which is a Game Boy Color, and this one had some AA batteries in it, so I could actually switch it on and test it. So I thought, well, this one works, you know, I'm going to take a chance on the other. It's, you know, in reasonable condition. The screen's a bit scuffed and they're a bit dirty, and I did some quick research on my phone, and two things were apparent. One, you can get about 25 quid for them, 20 to 25 quid. And also you can get reproduction replacement battery covers, which I have once, upon coming home, ordered them. So the one for this one is £2.50 and the one for this one's £3. So it's added a bit of cost, but you can demand a much higher price because of that. But they will take a while to get here because they're coming from China, so they take weeks. So these aren't going anywhere for now. I've tested them, both work great. There's a couple of little slightly funny pixels on this one, but it should be fine. So it was those. So I bundled all this together and then asked her a price afterwards. And then there was a newbie Game Boy Game Light. These cool. No battery acid damage at all. Slight bit of corrosion, but nothing major. It still work. And then I got this. She's got some other Pokemon games, but this was a case in point as I didn't look closely enough. It's got CEX sticker there, and it did have a CEX price. She wanted £4 for it. The other she wanted £8, and I opened it up to check the thing was in there, but I didn't notice this huge honking great big CEX thing. And upon closer inspection, it's actually a reprinted cover, which I did know that they do, but I didn't realise, and I feel like a right dickhead for falling for that, because I can't really sell. I was planning on selling this on Amazon, and I can't now, not really, not with a reprinted cover. I'd get in trouble over that. So yeah, I mean, it was going to be about a £12 game on Amazon, something like that, but now it's probably eBay, or I might actually see what the trade-in and CEX is on that. And then I got these. I got Sonic one, but unfortunately where the price sticker is, no matter what I did, it pulled away the label, which is really annoying, but the label's battered anyway. I've got another Sonic 2 knocking around somewhere, so I'll do a bundle on those and I'll get about 10 quid. That was priced at £1.50. This is priced at £2. It is Mega Drive 6M, and it's got Sega Soccer, Columns, Super Monaco GP, Revenge of Shinobi, Sonic 1 and Streets of Rage, all on one cart, which I've never seen before. So I couldn't really find out any information on that, so I don't know. And then this next one is Hook. This sells for about £5, something like that, and this was priced at £1.50. And then also, bizarrely, she had some other stuff. As I was paying, I spotted this, which is a Millie Fury, I think they're called, paperweight. I hadn't got a price on. I said, how much for that? She went, I'll just have it. So this was a freebie, and in my antique booth, I'll probably price that about £6, something like that. Nicely made thing. Quite small though. And then I'm dubious about buying these at car boot sales, but you know, she's got an Xbox, and she assured me that this hadn't got Red Ring of Death. I haven't tried it yet, so I'll get back to you and let you know. She said if it has, you know, bring it back, she'll give me a full refund, and she is there every week, so you know, she's alright. It's very dusty, very dirty, and she hadn't got a price yet, but I got the other bits, and I'll tell you that at the end. It's got the hard drive at least, and it comes with the power brick, but hasn't got the plug bit, but I've got some of them which I picked up separately. So there was that. And then lastly was this, which is a Wii in decent condition, a few scuffs, no cables, no power, nothing, but I can sell this as a replacement. I'll get 20 quid, probably with shipping on top for that. I sell them regularly thanks to Nick, so there you go. And I said, oh, how much for that lot? And I thought she said 40 quid. And I said, oh yeah, that's fine. So I gave her 40 quid, and she goes, oh, well, you forgot your change. She gave me a tenner change, so I actually only paid 30 quid for that lot. So it's not bad, really. For 2 Game Boys, an Xbox 360, a Wii, and a couple of games. And she gave it me in this bag, and in this bag was some parts to a deodorant, a half-used tube of Savalon antiseptic cream, which I took out and put back on a stall later on when I walked past. There was some German Deutschmarks, which are still exchangeable, and there was a Canadian $1 coin. Bizarre. So that'll go in with my other Canadian coins, which I'll sell as a lot on eBay at some point. So really random. Anyway, so that's that for the inside of the car boot. And there's a couple of outdoor stalls, and there was a woman. I say a woman. She was actually a girl. She was sort of 16, 17, something like that. And she got loads of PS2 games out, and she got a PS1, which in hindsight I probably should have bought. She wanted £5 for the PS1. It got like a knockoff controller, and it got the cables, but it was missing the AV. Probably should have bought it, but the open and close bit was a bit iffy. Sometimes it would close, and other times it would pop up, and so probably should have bought it. But the game with it was this, which is Centipede, but as you can see it's knackered. But I've got those other replacement cases here that I actually had bought before, so I'll swap that over. So I didn't get it, but she got loads of PS2 games, and I was looking at them and I noticed some reasonable gems in there. So she got them individually priced, and I'll show you them now, the stack. I made her an offer on all of them. Oof. And you can see there. God, they're heavy. So I'll quickly run through them. We've got Centipede for the PS1. The disc's really nice on that. It's got the manual and everything. Then we've got Dark Wind game tracks. I didn't realise there was an additional accessory that this goes with. I've never even heard of it. You can see she's got priced some at £1, but most of them are priced more than that. So there's that one. I looked some of them up, and most of these aren't worth much. I'll either do them as a bundle or take them back to the car boot. Got Arthur. Then this is a nice. And then we've got Demon Sword there. Then we've got Space Invaders Anniversary. I've had this one before. XG3 Extreme G Racing. If anybody needs any of these, drop me a message or whatever. Lord of the Rings Return of the King. I actually quite like this game. It's quite a good game to play. And then we've got Legend of K. See, she wanted £2 for that. And we've got Crazy Frog Racer. And then we've got, oops, I'll show this one first. We've got Tak and the Power of Juju. Never even heard of it. And then we've got 2 Simpsons games. We've got the Simpsons game, and we've got the Simpsons skateboarding. It's a nice little bundle there. I'll do those 2. And then we've got KU Round 2 the Kangaroo. KU the Kangaroo Round 2. She wanted £3 for that, as you can see. And then there is Sega Superstars, which I think came with an accessory. I think it's the iToy. And then we've got Sonic Riders. Possible bundle again, not sure. I've got an iToy that could go with, but again, they don't go for much. And then there's 2 nice bundles here. We've got Jax and Daxter, the Precursory Legacy. That's how you say it. Then we've got Jax 2. Then we've got Jax 3. So I mean that's perfect little bundle there. But at £2 each, I wasn't going to pay £2 each really. And then we've got another one here. We've got Ratchet Gladiator. This is worth a bit. It's not too bad. £3 you've got there. And then we've got Ratchet and Clank 2, Locked and Loaded, and then we've got Ratchet and Clank 3. So again, you know, she wanted £3 each. So I wasn't going to pay £9 for that, because to be honest, I'd probably get £10–12 for that bundle anyway. And then lastly, kind of the reason why I got it was Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex and Crash Mind Over Mutant. So I know Joe does these as a bundle, but I think I'm going to piece them out separately. I might even, I don't know. Amazon, you don't get too much. You get about £8 for that and about £10 for that. But as a bundle, don't know. Anyway, so there is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 games and Centipede, so 23 games. And she said she'd take £25 for all of them. And I said, oh, would you, essentially do £1 each, would do £23. And she took it. So I paid £1 each, which I think was alright, not done too bad. I was kind of a bit blinded by these a little bit, but I think I've done alright, to be fair. So that's it, guys. I don't think there's much else. There's a couple of little odds and sods that I got. So there you go. So sorry it's been a bit of a long video. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.